Hey guys, how is everybody doing today? Well, it's Sunday and I'm here to talk to you about Zone 5. So Zone 5 is going to start this week. You can start today or you can start tomorrow or whatever this week that you would like to work in the zone. I would tell you when I do zone cleaning, I follow somebody called Diane in Denmark and she is on YouTube. I love YouTube. YouTube is so much fun. I watch way too much stuff on YouTube, but I get lots of good tips and tricks from that. And the way that Diane in Denmark does her zone work is so fascinating to me because she can go into a room, if it's just one room, and she can go top to bottom in about 15 minutes. She can set her timer, she can talk, she can do 15 minutes, and then of course off camera, sometimes she'll vacuum on camera, but then off camera she can vacuum. And in that zone, she can vacuum for maybe another 10 or 15 minutes and she's done. She's done for the whole week. So the way FlyLady normally teaches is you work in the zone at least 5 days out of the 7 days. However, I love the way Diane in Denmark does it. And so that's kind of the way I have patterned mine. And so I generally just, I don't even necessarily pick a certain day. A lot of times on Sundays, which is today, I feel pretty good and I'm already up and at 'em. We've already had church. We've eaten out, and so I don't feel stressed about, doing something for lunch or anything like that. And so a lot of times, even if I'm a little tired from all that, I will come home and I'll go ahead and do my zone work and it's done. I don't have to deal with it the rest of the week. And so I haven't done it yet today, but I probably will get to it. But the other day, my last video, I mentioned the Zone 5 and then I couldn't remember what it was. I don't even know why I try to bother because I can never remember these zones. But Zone 5 is living room and hall. Living room and hall. And again, this is Steph's sheet. She is thesecretslob.com. thesecretslob.com, and this is under her resources tab, and you'll see this weekly cleaning schedule for every different zone. And of course this one is Zone 5, so here it is up close, and then I'm going to go over it real quick. We've gone over it before, so it's nothing new. It's the same Zone 5 we went over last month, but I'm going to go ahead and talk about it again just because there might be somebody new who's popped in. And if you are new, hi, welcome. My name's Diana. This is my channel where I just talk about FlyLady stuff and other different cleaning stuff. So just real quickly, dust windowsills and doors, dust lamps, straighten bookcase. So if you have a bookcase in that zone, you straighten your bookcase, clean the furniture. Now, she always says clean the furniture. I just say dust. So, whatever that means to you, dust or clean it or whatever that is, do that. Windows, and we've talked about before, I use those little FlyLady cloths. They're very easy to use. You can also use newspaper and some sort of spray. You can use your Windex and your paper towels, whatever it is that you like to use. I just use those cloths and water because it's easy for me. I don't have to use a product. I don't have to be spraying anything in the air. I'm kind of against all the toxins in the air. The older I get, the more I get away from toxins. So you'll notice as I talk, I get more and more away from it. It's not that I don't ever use it. I just use it a lot less than I used to. I've actually, we talked about that swish and swipe in the bathroom. I've actually been trying just the vinegar and the water in a spray bottle in the bathroom, and the bathroom's just as clean as it can be. I know some people worry about you got to use disinfectant or something. I'm not one of those people. I think if you want to use disinfectant, or if you are more comfortable with that or more comfortable with bleach, then hey, use it. But you do not have to use it. I mean, really anything in a spray bottle that's a cleaner is going to work. My thing is we're not eating off the counters. Our plates need to be sanitized, our forks and spoons and all those things, those need to be real sanitary, but I'm not eating off my floor. I know maybe some of you have children picking up off the floor, and that's different, but and generally that's not going to kill the kids either, honestly. Have any of your kids died from that? Probably not. We are adults, so we don't want to eat off the floor, but I tend to not eat off the floor. I would imagine you don't eat off the floor. That's why I don't get real wrapped up in, well, have I mopped the last 3 days? You know what? It's okay. If you haven't mopped the last 3 days, it's all good. In fact, if you haven't mopped in 2 weeks, it's all good. Just whatever amount of clean that you want to do is what needs to be done. Okay, back to this. Shower plants. I think she puts her plants into the shower, and I do not do that. I have one plant because my cats kill everything. They chew on everything. So I've got one Christmas cactus, and I put it in a sink and water it from the top, and then I put it's got a little thing under it, and then I just put it right back where it's right in front of me here. Put it right back where it goes. So I don't do the shower thing. To me, makes dirt and stuff end up in the shower, and I don't want to clean that. If that's working for her, that's fine. If it works for you, that's fine. However you want to do your plants. Stair spindles. So if you've got a stairway in this area, this zone, which is living room and hallway, if you have stairs there, then you need to work on your stair spindles, and also that kind of part on the floor. It's almost like a baseboard type of thing, or like the, you know what I'm talking about, it's the trim. It gets very dusty, I've noticed at people's houses. The baseboards, and then vacuum and mop. And as always, or as mostly, sometimes she doesn't have a nice long list here of things you can add in. So if you need to cross out something up here it doesn't apply to you and add in, you have room to do that. And notice she has everything in 15-minute increments. The idea is not to be in this zone, the living room or your den, whatever your family room is, or you may have a living room and a den. So in that case, you may have 2 different rooms you've got to deal with, but that's okay because we're only doing 15 minutes at a time. We're not reinventing the wheel here. It's not rocket science, just a few minutes at a time is all it takes. So don't feel like you have to kill yourself. I'm in cleaning groups with people and they're like, I can't get into the room because my husband, husbands are working at home. It's okay. If you can't get into the room because husband's working at home, don't sweat it. There are how many other zones? We have 4 other zones you can work in. Go in your kitchen and work. You can find something to declutter somewhere else, and you can find something else to vacuum, right? We all have a whole house, so you do not have to be in zone 5 just because I'm talking about it. So you just pick whatever zone you want to be in. Now, I did want to show you this. Again, I've showed you FlyLady.net. There we go. FlyLady.net before. See right here up in this corner where it says sneak peek for the week? This is the launch pad. This right here is the launch pad. If you'll click on that where it says sneak peek for the week, she has missions that come up, and also under zones. If you see the orange one right there that says zones, that also, let me click on it. I think that also has the, yes, that also has, well, no. It has a detailed cleaning list under zones. I thought it had all the missions, but it doesn't. Okay, so if you want all the different missions, then you can go to the sneak peek or of the week, or as the week progresses, I'm not sure it's up there yet, but the flight plan every day has a plan for you. So you can always use this resource. It's FlyLady.net, and that's the launch pad. You can always use her resources. Her website is full of stuff. I find sometimes it's overwhelming. So that's why I do these videos, because I feel like there's no reason for us to be overwhelmed. Of course, we're women, we're going to be overwhelmed. You know what I mean? There's no reason for us to overwhelm ourselves with a website. That's what I'm saying. We can make this easier, and that's one of the reasons I like to watch Diane in Denmark. You can go back. She hasn't really been doing videos because it's summertime, but you can go back. She has millions, probably 500 videos from the past. She's been doing this for years. And you can just, put in Diane in Denmark Zone 5, and you can watch her clean top to bottom in 15 minutes. And I'm telling you, she gets it done. And it's done very well. Now, it will help you if your area is decluttered. And we've talked about that before. Now, FlyLady says don't do your zone work until you've decluttered. My thing is, what if you never declutter? Some of us, and that's me, I'm not huge on decluttering. I actually don't love it. I spent a few months doing it, and I still have more stuff than I would like. I would really like to be a lot more minimal than I am. I don't want to be a full-fledged minimalist, but I'd like to be more minimal. Just a little more minimal. I'd like to have a little less stuff. But, it's time-consuming doing that. My thing is, if you can pick enough stuff off the floor, then you can vacuum. It doesn't mean your floor has to be perfect all the time. Just pick your stuff up, put it, if you need to move it to a different room or whatever, vacuum real quick. Doesn't have to take all day, and then put it back down. That also works. So my feeling is you don't have to declutter every single zone in your house before you get started with zone cleaning, because frankly, we all need to vacuum or mop or dust, whether it's decluttered or not. So that's kind of my philosophy. Her philosophy is don't do it, and I do differ from her in several areas, and that's one of them. I don't feel like everything has to be perfect. My feeling is that makes it sound like it's all got to be perfect before you can do the zone work. No, you can pick stuff up and move it and do your zone work. It may take you 30 minutes longer, but it can be done. So just look at it that way and try not to be overwhelmed. Do everything in smaller pockets of time. Set your timer if you're new to this. I don't necessarily do that. Sometimes if I just want to see how long it's going to take me, I'll set a timer. But generally, I just say, you know what, I'm going to dust. If it takes me 30 minutes, it takes me 30 minutes. I'm not that worried about it. But I can do pretty much the whole house and dust in about 30 minutes. That's the whole house. That's not just the zone. So I can actually top to bottom do the zone in probably 15 minutes and then vacuum in the other 15 minutes. So 30 minutes. So I don't personally feel like I need, you know, like 4 or 5 different days to do this, okay? So that's just to let you know how I do it. I don't feel like I need zone work every day of the week. And because another thing I like to do is right here, weekly home blessing, which is the thing we do on Mondays. And you can do that any day. A lot of times I do it on Sundays because, like, for instance, this week I'm going to work on Monday. So I'm not going to be at home to do weekly home blessing. And just as a reminder, weekly home blessing is this: change your sheets, which I've already done. I did that, I believe I did that Saturday, I think. So that everything's been washed and put back on the bed. And you can also, if you have 2 or more sets of sheets, you could also, you know, take one off, put the new one on, and then, you know, wash at your leisure. It's a little bit, has to be turned over a little bit faster if you just have the one set, but one set's fine. The mirrors, I also put windows into that. So mirrors in my bathrooms, and then I do the windows that are in the zone that I'm in. So this week we're in the den or the living room. So those windows ours is a den. Those windows are going to get cleaned this week, and you don't have to go on the outside unless you just want to. Mine are probably just do the inside. Okay, dust, and that's a quick dust. That isn't tear your whole house down to dust. That's just hitting the high points. All of the weekly home blessing is it's hitting your high points. It's not every window in your house. It's not every mirror in your house. It's not vacuuming every room. Now, if you're like me and you have lots of pets, for weekly home blessing, I vacuum the house more than once a week. I have to because of the cats. But if you're just like a normal person with a normal household and you don't have tons of dirt being tracked in, maybe you change your shoes when you come in, and maybe you don't have pets, or your pets are outside and you don't have all this dog hair or whatever, you may only just need to do a quick vacuum once a week. That's not the way it works here. And if you've got kids, I'm sure you probably have more dirt than that as well. So, you know, it's not that you only vacuum for 10 minutes, which is what she says to do with weekly home blessing. It's just that it's a quick vacuum. So, but with me, I just go ahead. If it takes me 30 minutes, it takes me 30 minutes, and I just get as much of it done as possible. And I do that at least once a week. Usually I probably do it twice a week. Okay, and then mop. Whatever needs to be mopped, then you can, it's on weekly home blessing, it's still a quick mop. It's not, like I said, it's not tearing the whole house down and mopping. It's just a quick, you're just hitting the high, she calls it hitting the high traffic areas. So whatever that means to you. At my house, pretty much what gets mopped are the 2 bathrooms, my kitchen, and my sunroom, because those are my main moppable areas. I don't spend a lot of time mopping my hardwood. I don't think it's good for it. So our vacuums have really good brush rolls on them, and the better your brush roll is and the better your vacuum is, the more you will get up and the less mopping is going to be necessary. You may see some spots that you can wipe up, but you don't have to mop your whole floor just to get some spots up. Okay, I hope this helped. I hope you have a great week, great start to your week. Happy Sunday, everybody. Love ya. Bye-bye.